In this video, we'll write a C++ class for sparse matrix. I'll give the project name as sparse matrix CPP. And the language, I will select it as C++. Next, create a project. Here is a main function. I'll clear off all these comments. Now the project is ready. So as we have already seen a program using C language, so there we have used structures, but here we are going to use classes. Now we'll not be focusing on the logic, but we'll be focusing on the style of writing C++ program. So first of all, we need a class for element. And inside this class, I'll make everything public. Element is having three data members, that is first is row number, column number, and the element itself. So I make them public so that they can be directly accessible. Then next we will write a class for sparse matrix. I'll call it as sparse. Now this class should have the data members. I'll make data members as private. First is the dimension, so for that m, and next is n, and also we should know the number of non-zero elements. Then we need an array of elements, so I will declare element ele, and this we have taken as a pointer so that we can create the array dynamically in a heap depending on the required size. That's it, data members are over. Now inside public block, we will have all the functions or member functions of a class. So first is a constructor. So in a constructor, we'll create or initialize this sparse matrix. So it needs dimension, number of non-zero elements, three things it needs. So first I will take it as m, and next is n, this is for dimension, and the number of non-zero elements, that is num. Now constructor is used for initializing these members, so all these members I will initialize them here, and the names I have taken same, so I have to use this pointer, this m assign m, and this n assign n, then this num should assign with num. And num is the number of non-zero elements. So for that I should dynamically create an array of elements from heap of size num. So here element assign new element of size this dot num. This is a constructor. So here I must have a parameterized constructor only because I cannot take any default dimensions or default number of elements. So I cannot have non-parameterized constructor. Then I will write a destructor. Destructor will delete a dynamically created array. So just say delete and subscript operator, and the array name is ele. Array is deleted. Two methods are over. If you remember, we have written this piece of code as a part of create function. There we were creating a sparse matrix. And in the creation process, we were also taking all the elements. But here, for reading all the elements, I have to write a separate function. So I will call the function name as read, void read. So let this function read all the elements. So already dimensions are given, just it has to read non-zero elements. So cout, enter non-zero elements. So for reading all non-zero elements in this array ele, I should use a for loop and read all non-zero elements. And for each non-zero element, I need a row number, column number, and the element itself. So using for loop, I'll do that. For integer I assign 0, I is less than num, then I plus plus. And I should see in three values, that is ele of I dot I, that is row number, then element of I dot j, that is column number, then element of I dot x, that is the element itself. See, here I am able to directly say ELE of I because this is a member of this same class, that is sparse matrix, and the function read is a member of the same class, so it can directly access these members. This code will read all the elements from a sparse matrix. Then I will also have a function for displaying a sparse matrix. So I will call the function name as display. For displaying, I will display it as a matrix that is with 2 dimensions. So for this, I will take 2 for loops. I is signed 0, I is less than m, and I plus plus. The next for loop is for j, integer j assigned 0, and j is less than n, and j plus plus. Then inside this for loop, I will display an element if there is a non-zero element available for any I comma j. So for traversing through this sparse matrix, I need one more variable k that will keep track of non-zero elements in a array ELE. So if ELE of k dot I is equal to I, as well as ELE of k dot j is equal to j. If they are equal, then I will print the element from ELE. So print the element from ELE of k dot x, and also I'll give some space. And this k plus plus also I should do, as it is traversing a list of non-zero elements, so it should move to the next element. If this condition is not true, then I should print 0. So I am printing 0 elements also. Then after the end of the inner loop, I should give a new line, that is endl. That's all. And at the end of a class, I should have a semicolon after the end of the class. And all these functions I have written inside the class itself. I have not used any scope resolution. Now here, to use scene and cout, I should use namespaces. So I will say using namespace std. Now the class is ready for some extent. Now the class is ready to some extent. Now inside main function, I will create an object of sparse matrix. And here, the dimensions and number of non-zero elements, I will directly pass them. I will not take them from keyboard. So dimensions are 5, 5, and the number of non-zero elements are 5. Then I should read all the elements. So s1 dot read. So read function will read all the elements. Then I will say s1 dot display. Then it will display all the elements. So this, so up to here we have finished creating a sparse matrix, reading its elements, then displaying an element. So here we are creating it, and here we are reading the elements, and then we are displaying it. So till here, let us run the program and check. In this program, we are not getting a message enter dimensions because already we have given the dimensions 5 cross 5 and the number of non-zero elements are 5. So simply I have to enter the elements. So I will enter diagonal elements. 0, 0 element is 1, 1, 1 element is 1, then 2, 2 element is 1, 3, 3 is also 1, 4, 4, 1. Now I should get a matrix of 5 by 5 with all diagonal elements as 1. Yes, it's working. So till here we have finished. We got a matrix. Display is displaying the entire matrix.